you didn't expect that one more thing here. So R3 is, we're so excited about what this sort of delivers beyond what we see in R2. It takes the package of R2 and the platform, it shrinks it, it puts it into our take on what is a crossover. And it's a vehicle that's almost hard to define what it is, but it so beautifully captures our brand. It captures what we represent as a company. It's dynamically incredible. The shorter wheelbase, the tighter dimensions, really enable it to be something that's maneuverable and drivable. But as tidy as it is on dimensions on the outside, we've put so much effort into making sure that the inside feels big. And much like we saw on R2, there's a lot of work that went into everything that you see in the rear of the vehicle, the occupant areas in the front of the vehicle. But this is all enabled by the platform. And it's about 5 inches shorter, 135 millimeters shorter than what you see in R2 in terms of wheelbase, but leveraging all that same content. So the single motor, the dual motor, and a tri-motor, the beautiful battery pack built around a larger format cell, our network architecture. Really excited about that. Oh, hello. So up front, we have a front storage trunk, much like what we had in R2. And that storage area of the vehicle, you can use to throw all your gear, your bags, and something like this. Wonderful for that everyday urban usability, adventure usability. But I want to spend some time in the back. And we spent so much time as a team thinking about working on how do we create a unique closure experience in the back. And what you just saw happen is the rear liftgate came up. Just like we saw in R2, the first and the second row seats fold flat. So it creates an opportunity for in-car camping, or it creates an opportunity to carry your long gear. But when we close this, there's a second way to get to the back, which we call our flipper glass. And what I love about this is it makes it easy to get things in and out, but this actuation can actually go to multiple heights. So if you're carrying something that's longer, that could be a surfboard, it could be stuffed animals, it could be a trombone. You can adjust the height here, and it's a user setting to make it really easy to carry those bigger objects or bigger things around. And as I said, everything as we thought about this vehicle was around making a smaller car feel really big. Now, looking at the interior, a lot of what we saw on the on the R2 carries over here. So the use of materials, the way we think about the sustainability of those materials, how durable they are, and really embodying that Rivian feel is driven into this. And I wish you could all sit in the car right now. But same thing we had with our R2 with the control wheels and a steering wheel. Lots of flexibility in terms of storage, 2 glove boxes, and of course, we still have a flashlight here. Now, we talked about platform flexibility. Hopefully you're seeing that here between R2 and R3. The ability for these 2 vehicles with really common family genes. You can feel their siblings. They look like the Rivians. They feel like the Rivians. Unfortunately, you can't all drive them to say they drive like the Rivians, but I can guarantee they do. But there's one more thing. One more thing. And looking at R3, we wanted to take everything that's embodied and put it into an even higher performance package. And this is something we call R3X. I mean, this is just so cool. This is the vehicle. When we walk around in the studio, everybody sees it and they're like, oh, I want that so bad. And I think that happens for anybody that sees it. But this captures, as you can see, R3, but pulls a level of like deep performance capability into it. And there's lots of subtle differences. It's a wider wheel and tire, a little wider stance, more ground clearance, tri-motor setup, and a focus on really taking the capabilities of what Rivian represents and really flexing that and really showing that. And a small car, smaller crossover, delivering a level of on and off-road performance that will get us all very excited. And what you can't see, and I want to show, is the interior on the vehicle is just beautifully laid out. We had a chance to really stretch ourselves. This is an interior combination we internally call rugged playful, because it looks rugged and it looks playful. But the use of materials and the use of how we laid out those materials with cork and with interesting weaves and interesting ways to anodize metal, it feels so uniquely Rivian, but also so unique to this vehicle and to the performance variant. Now, hopefully you see, when we look at our products, when we look at R2, when we look at R3, we look at R3X, every decision, as I said, ties to making sure these vehicles enable and inspire the kinds of things we want to take photographs of, the kinds of things we want to remember 20 years from now, 30 years from now. And so we've also developed a set of accessories that sit on these products. Yes. that link to making and building those memories. So we have a tent that's so beautifully integrated that goes onto the top of R2 or R3. We have bike racks that make the use of bikes really easy. We want all of our vehicles to be the easiest vehicle to go biking with. And we have a really clever way to think about a kitchen and rear storage plugging into our storage ports in the back of the vehicle. But ultimately, we as a company, we as Rivian, we exist to not only help transition a world away from combustion fuels and into electrification, we exist to help generate amazing memories in the process of doing so.